fun process video for you today. So this cut file, well, I have no clue where it came from. It was on my computer and I printed it out, and it's called Sunflowers. So I'd love to give credit for whoever created it, but I'm just not sure it didn't have a watermark or anything with it. So I'm taking some carved pumpkin, some fossilized amber, and some vintage photo Distress Oxide ink. I'm using a Tim Holtz blending tool, and I am giving these sunflowers some beautiful blended color. You could also do this with a blender brush, like picket fence blender brushes, but this is what I had available. This is another of the layouts I did at my crop, and I had my little sponges and everything right there. So this is what it looked like all done after I had blended out all of the ink. And now all these circles, I'm going to just very easily back them using some brown cardstock. This is just a plain brown cardstock. I don't even think it was textured. It was literally, my sister had a scrap of brown cardstock. You could also use black, but I knew I was doing a photo that had a lot of shades of brown in it, and I really wanted to kind of get that dark brown in there for contrast. So I used a pen because I'm just using the back of the cardstock, traced out the circle, cut it out, put it on the back of each of these sunflowers. And now after I do that, I want to add a bit of dimensional detail to my sunflowers. And I'm going to do that with Nuvo drops in Morning Dew. So Morning Dew is a Nuvo drop that is clear. It dries completely clear. And I am just doing, so you know how sunflowers, the circles are like concentric, right? So that was kind of what I was going for. I wanted to make them look like real sunflowers, and I wanted to put these little clear dots with the Nuvo to mimic the seeds inside of a sunflower. And so I tried to make them into those concentric circles like the sunflowers are. It kind of worked, it kind of didn't. It's not perfect, but that's okay. Next step, I went ahead and I backed all of the centers of my sunflower cut file with just some fun foam and then some glue, and I'm going to pop it down there across the layout. And then I'm going to take my photo. I'm going to mat my photo with some of the other papers. So all of the papers and most of the embellishments are from the Fall Market collection by Cartabella. That is my very favorite fall collection. That wood grain paper is divine. I need like 50 more sheets of it. This is my the ephemera pack, which I just loved. So I fidgeted with embellishing this layout forever. I didn't want to make it too busy because I really wanted my sunflower element to shine. But I wanted to add a little bit, right? It was really hard for me. I left a good bit of the fidgeting in, the embellishment fidgeting in, but at the end when I was editing this out, I'm like, you know what? I cannot watch myself put stuff down and pick stuff up and put stuff down and pick stuff up anymore. So then I just cut it short. But anyway, so you can find the entire Fall Market collection on a Cherry on Top's website. I will link below to the coordinating blog post, which will have beautiful up-close photos and a product list so you can get some of these goodies yourself. The only thing that's not in the shop that's on my layout is a set of epoxy flare from Scrap and Happy Studios. I have been obsessed with epoxy flare from Scrap and Happy Studios recently. Just throwing that out there. They've come on like every layout I've created. And I love their stuff. Anyway, I am going to go ahead and layer my title above my photo. I'm going to use this fun little plaid tag and then this title piece that say Fall Days, and that's going to act as my title as well. I'm covering up that corner of my photo only because it was really, really dark. Like that back of that photo was really dark, and you couldn't see anything, and so I just decided that snuggling in the title right there would work really, really well and bring some lightness. And it was a good place to embellish because I wasn't covering up my sunflowers. So next up, I'm going to start playing with, like, I'm telling you, this is just, it's hard for me to watch, I have to tell you, my fidgeting. So I'm kind of just showing you there what I did. I'm not sure why I picked my layout up. I was at a crop, so if my arms are moving, I was talking, and, you know, people were coming over, and they were saying, oh, look at your layout, and all that kinds of stuff. And so I was adding just little bits and pieces, and I ran up to the store at one point and got a sponge dauber because I thought I was going to use it, but then I didn't. I'm telling you, this was fun. This is a full-on, like, crop layout, because this took me forever, way longer than it should have. In case you're wondering, the Nuvo drops on the sunflowers, which you can also get in the Cherry on Top shop, is I let the cut file with the Nuvo drops sit on the side of my desk I started this layout about 9 in the morning, and I finished it in about 5 in the afternoon. So there were hours. I think I did like 2 or 3 more layouts in between. But this one turned out so beautiful. I am absolutely 1,000% in love with it. You can head over to the Cherry on Top blog to get all the details and all the different products I used. Again, I don't know where my cut file came from. If you recognize it, please, please, please leave me a comment below, because I'd like to give credit where credit is due. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.